How to find a job in London. First of all, notice my English is B2 level, so you will see many grammar mistakes. And I live in London since 2018, and I haven't studied properly in a school or something like that. I studied at school 3 months only. So the jobs I found in London they were with this level of English. So if I can do what I've done, you can do too. So jobs I've done here. I worked at JP Morgan as a receptionist. I work in a as a receptionist, 5-star hotels as a receptionist. I worked as waiter. I work in a movie. I was an actress in 2 movies, actually, one short film, one feature film. I can leave my IMDb here. IMDb, yeah. I've done Deliveroo driver, Uber Eats driver, Just Eat driver, cleaner, hairdresser. Yes, guys, I've done a lot in London since I came in because I want to live this city to the fullest. Fullest. Oh, please, don't care about my English, okay? Just care about the money I made and the places I've been. The first lesson I learned here. Whatever you want to be, whatever job you want to have, you need to start from the bottom, unfortunately. One example, if you want to work as a content creator for British Airways, so the best thing to do, because there's high applicants, it's not going directly to the job you want. You start as anything you have with that company. As a cleaner, you have higher chances to get the job you want after you're inside the company and you go up instead of having the high skills and try to apply directly to the job you want. One example, I wanted to be a butler in a hotel. The butler is the first assistant for any guests in a luxury hotel. So I would be in contact with the guests. I would see many famous people. So what I've done, I start as a cleaner because if you have no skills, you come, or if you do have skills, but you come to apply to a place that no one knows you, they don't know if they can trust you, you don't have any reference from anyone else they know, your chances are very low. So what I did, I started as a cleaner in a 5-star hotel. I wanted to work as a butler. After I was there, I made many connections, and then I managed to find the skills and I volunteered. I opted to do that. They never asked me to work, to show my skills as a butler. I could do that. I need to prove to them I could do that. So I've done that. So that's the best thing you can do. So when I was receptionist, you need to, today, now 2018, when I started, was completely different. Now you're competing with AI. People are not reading your CVs anymore. AI is reading your CV. So what I feel these days, now my point of view of finding a job in London, whatever job you want, you are competing with computer to read your CV. For them, someone to call you to book an interview. So if you find a vacancy that you really liked, take this vacancy from the website, take your CV, place it at any AI platform, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. I use these 3. And put the job description and ask the AI to tailor your CV, changing some words to match with the job description. Unfortunately, finding a job is a full-time job. If you care about the job, if it is a job that you really want to do. If you guys want me to talk about how to be in movies or anything like that, just let me know, because I feel that everything is about connection here. And the most important thing is be willing to do some free work. I know many companies doesn't accept to get people to work for free. However, if you're willing to do anything, as an example, let me post an example. I started study at the university, and I sent them an email saying that I wanted to work for free as a content creator for them for just to get experience for in the future to apply for a full-time job, because there is no other way, no best way to get experience instead of like the best thing is hands-on working instead of just studying. So the uni replied the email, oh, let's book an interview, let's see if you're suitable, maybe you can do some content for us and we pay you. So now I'm doing some content for the university. We go, they shoot some videos of me, I'll talk on the videos, or sometimes I doesn't. And then I'm getting experience. I help them editing, yada, yada. So I feel that anything you want, you can do it. Sometimes you just need to be willing to do free work. I was a cleaner before and I offered to work as a hairdresser, assistant hairdresser, just to practice and to learn. And then I managed to get a full-time as a hairdresser. That's how I've done. First of all, I was dedicating 1 week of my time, one day a week of my time to work for free, to learn the skills I wanted to do in the future. So if you're willing to spend money and time going to uni and to study anything, just exchange for work, then you will get the job faster than going to uni or studying anything here. I decided to make this video like the way I was at home, no makeup, nothing, because I was delaying. I have so much information to give about that, because some people come to me and say, oh, I can't find a job. And I'm always like, what do you mean you can't find a job? Me, with this level of English, I can work anywhere. Like anywhere I wanted for this past. And my English was much worse because 2018 I had no English at all. And now my English, okay, is improving. It's not 100%. I should be reading more. I should be studying to get a better grammar, to be where I want to be in the future. However, it doesn't make any sense that you don't get a job. If you're willing to work, there are jobs everywhere. They need people to work. But you need to be, if you want to work as a marketer, if you want to work as an accountant, if you want to work anywhere, you need to be under, like you need to start from below. If you need to be, how do I say that? Let me rephrase it. If you want to be an accountant, go to an accountant firm as assistant, as a cleaner, as whatever, but be in the field you want to be in the future. Doesn't make sense if you want to be an accountant, you start as a McDonald's a waiter, because it's much higher to get to their head of office. Start as a smaller company, as Gales, for example. If you want to be an accountant anywhere, or a marketer, director anywhere, start in companies that doesn't have this chain, that is not that big, it's not that huge. My best advice, always work for 5-star places. Is much higher probability to get hired to a different department, to grow within, because you're seeing and they really care about you, instead of places like KFC that take ages to change and to develop your skills. And when you get there as a manager, example, you get 32K a year. 32K a year is what a 5-star luxury places pay for a cleaner. That's what I'm saying. So just you need to think where you want to be on the end. I never know where I want to be in the end. I just know what I want to be now and for the next 2 years. But I don't think I want to be, example, a head of marketing. In 10 years, I can change. So I like to be in an environment that gives me all of the options. Before I wanted to be guest relations, and I done guest relations. Now I'm working with food and beverage, and I want to grow with food and beverage. Everything a 5-star luxury places. But if I start as nothing against McDonald's, of course. But if I start at McDonald's, it's only food and beverage places. You're not going to do guest relations. You're not going to do reception, example. So go to 5-star luxury places. They have everything included. Boutique hotels, they have everything there. They have they have departments that you can work Monday to Friday. They have departments that you can work only Mondays, only mornings, only evenings, or shifts, crazy schedule shifts. That's what I like because I have my weekdays off, my weekends off sometimes. So you need to know what you want. But you can get there. For sure, you can get there. So don't mind, don't bother about my English, about my no makeup, nothing, because this is how I am and this is how I get to places. I'm healthy. That's the most important thing. So you don't need to care too, because you don't need to bother. Just make sure when you go to interview to 5-star places, no nail polish or just white or clear, because most of them doesn't accept nail, like no big earrings, no light makeup if you're a woman. So if you're a man, no thing here, just one maximum, like hair tied, and that's it. If you want more tips, I don't know if anyone will see this video. I'm gonna put subtitles. Maybe you don't understand my English, but I just wanted to get this information. And usually I post Brazilian Portuguese content, and I'm trying to start to do in English now, just to improve my English. As you can see, I need to be better. Bye. See you next time.